Small business owner check. This is my name. This is the name of my company. This is what my company does. This is why I love what I do. This is an accomplishment I'm proud of. This is where you can find me online. And if you're a small business owner, introduce yourself in the comments and let's support.
So, everyone, welcome to another episode of A Seat at the Dinner Table. I am Taman,
And I am Kim.
and as you can see, our location has changed. You wanna put them in on game?
Yes, we are in a new location because we bought a house.
Ooh,
We bought a
that's how we
house.
end 2021.
Yes, Christmas Day we moved in. So excited. Best Christmas present ever.
Along with the worst Christmas present ever. Our family caught COVID.
All four of us.
All four of us. So we are currently fighting this monstrosity of a illness that we call COVID. So needless to say, my appetites have I'm not gonna say diminished, but this is what I'm having for dinner right now.
And all I had was cauliflower. Cauliflower rice. Half the stuff I eat it tastes like trash. The other half tastes like just air.
Really?
I ate an orange the other day and I was like, what is this? It's just slimy nothing. Like, what is this? But just keep us in prayer. For the most part, it's not we're doing good. I will say we're doing good.
Definitely.
But I'm over this. It's bull crap. It's bull.
Definitely. And moving with COVID is on another level. So needless to say, I am proud of having this young lady as my teammate, my partner in my life.
Listen, sis is
all
hurting.
the good things. Yes, we are sore.
We ain't no spring chickens. And I'm sore and I'm sick and I'm tired. And we could not enlist the help of anyone because we didn't want to get anyone else sick.
Yeah, and the CDC shortened the quarantine period to 5 days instead of 10. But
stay away.
Yes, just for a little bit, just stay away. So first we do want to thank the good folks at Simply Shondell, simplyshondell.com, as you see at the bottom. Definitely thank our sponsors, and we're looking for some more sponsorship. So needless to say, if you want to sponsor us, hit us up.
Let us know.
So, this is the last episode of the. I did not cough when you were coughing on my hand. Oh my gosh.
I felt air on my arm. Trying to get over this. Sorry.
So, as my wife wipes away my germs, this is the last episode of 2021. As you guys know, we started this in July of 2021.
Was it?
And this is episode 11. So,
you sure it's
July? I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it was like the end of July.
Oh yeah, we do every 2 weeks.
Yeah. So, we are going to discuss some events that happened in 2021 across the landscape. If you have any events that you want us to talk about or you want to discuss, you can definitely comment. But for our first event of the year, looking back at 2021, Joe Biden and, how do you say her name? Kamala?
Excuse me. It's either Kamala or Kamala. I don't know.
Ms. Harris became president and vice president of the United States. So this has been officially their first year in office. And how have you liked your president and vice president?
I didn't select them.
I didn't ask that.
Oh.
I asked, how do you like them? She didn't choose the other guy.
Yeah, no, I didn't. I did some research, and it was some other people there. So
yeah, needless to say, we did not vote for the Democrats or the Republicans when it came to the presidential party. But
because that's the only way the change is really going to happen. Like, why does it have to be just two parties?
very much so.
That's neither here nor there. So, to your question, I don't know what the hell it is. I don't. I don't follow politics like that. The biggest part that I seen was the chucks and pearls all over the place, and it disappeared. Didn't hear nothing else about it.
Shout out to all the Alpha Kappa Alpha sorority incorporated. Yes,
Didn't even
the
know.
pearls, the chucks. I'm not sure what that was for, but
Let's say.
So, as a person that's in real estate, capital gains tax went up. So that was capital gains tax went up. So that was a negative, in my opinion. I've seen some of the interviews and whatnot. I mean, for our household, it's been business as usual.
Yep.
Hasn't been too much of a change, depending on who was in office, whether it was 45 or 46.
Can I tell you, like, the funniest thing for me is, like, whenever I see Joe Biden, it's just Sleepy Joe. I know it's like, it was childish of him to be calling him that, but it was hilarious to me. Everything was just Sleepy Joe, and every time you look at him, he just had his eyes closed.
No,
it's too funny to me.
The riots on the Capitol happened on the 6th of January. So that kind of ties into Joe Biden and Ms. Harris being president and vice president. What are your thoughts on what happened with that? Just any. I know you.
I mean, so I don't. Yeah, we're not political, but like it's all of it was like freaking childish. Like you throw a temper tantrum, and that's what you do. You storm a Capitol building, and then you get mad when somebody gets hurt. Like shoes on the other foot when riots and things happen.
Who's Brandon?
Wait, what?
You said go Brandon. I'm not sure who Brandon is, Miss White.
Oh, you threw me off.
I'm sorry.
But yeah, like just. I think the riot was childish because they stormed in there to do what? At least when there's protests and march, it's for a purpose. So maybe I just don't understand the purpose of what they did, but it was childish to me. And then someone got hurt, and then a whole bunch of other just too much.
That was
way too much.
That was something I thought I would have never seen in my lifetime. Is all of that happened. But needless to say, I think it was a bad representation of the people of the United States as a whole.
I literally just in my head said like, "Yo, we're a joke."
Yeah,
it's a joke.
But yeah, that's how that
tell you later.
Okay, tell us later. Yeah. All right. So. With that being said, we'll move on to our next. COVID-19 vaccines are distributed.
Oh, you're going right in.
I mean, those are some of the big things that happened. I mean, ever since it's popped up, that's been it.
So, I'm not going to say that I am like for or against the vaccine things. What I don't like is the demand to get people vaccinated or else.
Yeah.
Like so many people have lost their jobs for just choosing to say like, hold on, I don't know what's in this. Right. I don't know how it's going to affect me. Let me wait a little bit. But they're not even getting the opportunity to wait to see how things are going to be affected. Yeah. And a good friend of mine was saying, I can always find another job, but if this gets put into my body, I don't know how it's going to affect me. I can't take it out once it's in there.
Right.
I think it's so crazy to make somebody do something. Something that stood out to me during the hurricanes. President Biden said, the first thing we need to do to prepare for this hurricane is to get vaccinated. Like,
that was
not get food, not get water, not seek shelter, not make sure that you're in a fortified shelter, but to go and run and sit in the line and get a vaccine first while the hurricanes come.
Yeah, that's going to protect you from it.
And like I kind of get. No, I don't, because if you have to evacuate, I guess that's what he was talking about. Like if you had to evacuate or whatnot. But what if people wanted? Like the main focus wasn't even to evacuate.
Right.
Oh, this whole COVID-19 is bringing out some idiots, and then it's like it's scholarly people that are calling people who actually like want to do more their own research and not just go with the news. They're calling them idiots.
Yeah.
Why? Because you want me to believe everything you tell me and just run with it?
Yeah.
Like that's.
I think. I mean, with the vaccines and the whole vaccination status and all of that, that's created a huge division.
It has.
And I think that one of the things that people will say is that you're not protecting others and however the case may be. But at the same time, like people have a choice, right? And as we've come to see, there's times where people who are not vaccinated who get it, people who are vaccinated and get it. So I mean, it's a lot of variables when it comes to the vaccines. And I mean, we're a melting pot of so many different religions, spiritual beliefs, way of lives, and all of these things. And when it comes down to something that is a novel sickness that just came out of nowhere and whatnot, I mean, let's be completely honest. Me as a Black person, I'm kind of skeptical, being as though that, I mean, you got the Tuskegee experiment, you have where the MMR vaccines were said to not cause any issues, and then come to find out that that was a non-truth. So with a lot of those things and whatnot, that'll make a lot of people skeptical.
Right.
And I just say to each his own. And I mean, if you're around, like it really is like it's a sensitive subject. It can definitely be sensitive, and it's created a wedge, I think, between America that I mean, it's already been so many. It's okay. You all right?
I'm good. I'm good.
Okay.
I promise.
We're gonna push through.
I'm good. I'm good.
Okay. All right. So
I cut you off. I'm sorry.
no, you're fine. I just want to make sure you're okay. You over there?
I'm good.
We
My
can
nose
pause
is
the show.
burning. We're good. We're good.
Okay.
Mom comment.
Said the most important thing: my body, my choice.
Yes, and that's what I feel like they're taking away. And not even just aspects of the vaccine. In a lot of different areas, they're taking it away. Like you can't even make the choice with your own body.
Right. Right.
It's like I just don't get it. And honestly, for me, the big push that they have with it, trying to mandate it, you can still pass COVID, you can still get COVID. So why are you making people get this vaccine?
Yeah.
That's one of the hangups that I have. And I mean, somebody correct me if I'm wrong, but getting the vaccine, from my understanding, it helps lessen your symptoms if you were to get it. But if you do still get it and you pass it, you can still pass it on to any and everyone else. I'm like I said, I'm not against the vaccines. So don't get me wrong. If you got it, you got to do what's best for you. It's your choice. But I don't like how the government is trying to mandate and make people get it, and if they don't, they lose their entire livelihoods behind it. That blows my mind. Especially I'm speaking about like the nurses and doctors and anybody in the medical field. They fought on the front lines for so long, not knowing what this disease was, what this was, but yet risking their lives and going out every day. Majority of them because they wanted to help.
Right.
And then you tell them like, oh no, you got to get this or you're done. And it's like, what?
They were just heroes.
Right.
Just a minute ago.
That bothers me. It bothers me so much.
Definitely. But let's move on from COVID-19.
Yeah.
Physically as well.
Yes. I got a cough.
You got a cough. Go ahead and cough, baby. Get it out.
Silly.
Get it out. Oh man, I'm looking at myself and my barber even has COVID. So this is
putting
why
his
I
people
look
business out
They
there.
don't know who my barber is.
Okay.
But shout out to my barber.
That's what does that mean? Wait, what?
No.
Why would you do that?
Hope he gets better and everything for personal reasons, for your sake, your family's sake, and for me and my son, because we definitely need a cut.
Yeah, my son's
but we gotta get better as well.
Yes.
So next is Juneteenth. Becomes a federal holiday.
I can't get this out. You gotta stop.
I'm sorry. Juneteenth becomes a federal holiday.
Woo!
So, if you're not familiar with Juneteenth, that is the day that the ship pulled
The
up
what?
to. Was it a ship?
Oh,
Somewhere?
I thought you cussed.
Oh Lord! It was the ship that pulled up and said that slavery was over officially, and
come to find out it had already been over for 2 years. It's the people in Texas.
right. The people in Texas that found out that slavery was over, and
do you know that there's a lot
said it's about time.
There are a lot of people, my mom included, and you can't fault people for not knowing, but there are a lot of older Black people who have no idea about Juneteenth or anything. So I'm thankful now that it's made a big splash and people are learning about it, because there's a lot of our culture that is not talked about and is not taught, and it's not taught because you don't know, because it's hidden.
Right. Definitely.
So I'm very thankful. Like we were able to go to the Juneteenth celebration in town this year.
Oh hey Miss Preston, how you doing?
Yeah, we were able to go to the Juneteenth celebration in town this year, and watching our kids embracing being around, for one, so many Black people in the culture and music and food. See, I was in awe and wanted to, she came home wanting to know more and more.
Right.
And she's so dope, by the way. But she wanted to know more and more, and had so many questions and wanted to watch things to learn. So I feel like the push with it becoming a national holiday, it's going to open up a lot more things.
Definitely.
Even if it's just for informational purposes.
It says slaves in Delaware were not told until much later.
Wow. I did not know that.
Wow.
See.
Appreciate that, Mr. Frank.
It's crazy, man.
And see it. I mean, not only that, just like the word didn't spread like wildfire like it should have. Because then you had some that, of course, took advantage of the slaves that didn't know.
And that's exactly why it didn't spread, in my opinion.
Yeah.
It's because they wanted to still take advantage of having the slaves, not having to pay them, being able to treat them any way that they wanted to, and it not being they're flying under the radar of the law.
But going back to what you were saying, as far as people not really knowing about it, it gives a testament as to what is all being taught in school.
Yeah.
I mean, because we growing up in school, we were taught that our history started slavery, pretty much, for one. But that to me was never taught in any of my K through 12 experience.
Right.
So, I mean, when we're talking about history of America, we need to spill out the whole truth. Let's not gloss over some facts.
Right.
I mean, even on a podcast I'm going to shout out to Speak On It, me and Dwayne had to talk about critical race theory.
Right.
And how in a grand scheme of things, it's basically telling the truth about the history of America. And there's some things that don't want to be pulled out by some people. And unfortunately, we need to grow as a people and learn all of our history. And I mean, us as African Americans, we don't want to have the stigma that slavery is where it all started for us in this country. Because I mean, if
And there's already. I remember I've mentioned this to you before. When we were taught about slavery and stuff in school and about our history in school, they laid it. It's led on to believe that Black people were ignorant and dumb. And remember, I was like, no, they weren't ignorant and dumb. They just didn't speak the same language. So, just like Nas says, we were kings and queens before brought over here. I'm pretty sure they had businesses, smart, educated in their own language and in their own way. And so it's like when we were brought over here because they didn't understand our language, we're dumb.
Right.
We don't know how to read. No, we don't know how to read your stuff. Just like you don't know how to read our stuff. And you don't know how to speak our language. That's why we couldn't speak our native language. Because you didn't understand. Stop.
Well,
That's just one thing I thought of.
You gotta read. That's reading is fundamental.
Right.
And, shout out to Dr. Ivan Sertima. That's a Black professor from back in the day who explained that we were here before Columbus. So if you ever want to search that, Google Dr. Ivan Sertima and get your history on. We got Mr. Frazier saying we cannot really wait for someone else to teach about our history.
That is a fact.
And why would I teach that you are kings and queens if I want to dominate or enslave you? All right.
I mean that's how it is. That's how they did it.
That is definitely a hardcore fact.
I mean, that just goes to show what everything else about our history is hidden from us because they don't want us to know who we truly are.
And you got to go deep sea diving. And so, I mean, if anybody that's looking, 2022, do some deep sea diving. Look at, got Dr. John Henry Clark, like I said, Dr. Ivan Sertima, Chancellor Williams with the destruction of the Black civilization. List can go on and on. That's just a brief. But yeah, so let's get back into 2021.
Yes, sorry.
We're getting a little too deep. TikTok dance creators go on strike. So, of course, with the pandemic, TikTok blew up like a landmine. And then you have the dance creators who created dances and content, got some things replicated and some things went viral. And then they were like, you know what? We're making this company too much money. We're going to go on strike.
It wasn't even about them making too much money. They weren't getting props for the content that they were creating. And when it was duplicated by someone else, those people were getting the props. That's what the bigger issue was. And so like they weren't getting proper what's the word? Good grief, I can't think. Recognition, because TikTok actually pays content creators and things, and once they hit a certain amount of views and whatnot. TikTok, that's why they went on strike. It's like, you're not giving me credit for the stuff that I'm doing, which means it's messing with my coin.
Right.
So that's why it went on strike. And TikTok was boring when they went on strike, trying to come up with these little stupid dances.
I don't have a TikTok.
I got a TikTok.
I might get a TikTok this year, just so I can see how that works.
No, it's addicting.
But I mean.
What happened?
No, it's just it goes back to what we were just talking about. Like you still okay. Yeah. So needless to say, TikTok. I'm assuming they amended their differences with the creators because I mean, stuff is still going viral. Still got dances, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
So, oh baby.
Stop.
I'm sorry.
I'm struggling.
She's struggling. Oh.
I'm okay. I'm gonna make it. They're gonna make it.
So, if you're not aware, 2021, America has a water shortage. Why are you laughing?
Because I can't tell you how many times I ordered water and it was like, sorry, we can't.
Yeah, man, Deer Park. It's not just water right now. It's a food shortage as well. Babe. There was a water shortage, which of course that's a main functionality of life, food and water. And you got boats that were just sailing in the Atlantic Ocean, the Pacific Ocean, all the oceans.
They weren't even sailing.
They were just sitting there. It's like, bro, what is happening? And we couldn't find any Deer Park water. I think like that's got to be the best water because that one was the one that ran out quick.
Everywhere.
And all you could find was Nestle. Who else?
All I know is I wasn't drinking nobody's tap. No, I couldn't do it. I couldn't.
You need that Deer Park. So whatever's going on with the water shortage, we asked Joe Biden and Miss Harris to figure stuff out.
Well, he sleep.
He not asleep.
He
definitely not asleep. He just met with Putin the other day. I seen.
I'm childish. I'm sorry.
Oh, you need some water? We got a shortage in the house. Got a shortage of
My
water
child
in the
not
house.
answering the phone. I don't want to yell.
You can have some of the Gatorade to give you some electrolytes. It's electrolytes. You need some electrolytes in your life. But water shortage. What is your thoughts on the water shortage?
I don't understand why we gotta pay for water. I don't know, man. I want to go to Iceland. Is that what that documentary you're watching? I want to go to Iceland because I think that's where they had the water. Like you could literally pull over on the side of the road. It's either Ireland or Iceland.
No, it's
Iceland.
It's Iceland.
You can drink from the streams on the side of the dang golden road.
Yeah.
But I don't understand.
It's a special that's on, or a documentary that's on Netflix. I forgot the name of it.
It was with Zac Efron, right?
It was Zac Efron.
Yeah. Like, so I don't understand.
In-home filtration system. That is definitely.
Yes. Because we got a new home now, you know. So we can do all of that because we got our own home. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry. Yo, man. It's like the best feeling being a homeowner. Like I'm walking through the house and I was like, oh, I can fix this. I'm gonna fix that. I can pay this. This is my home. I can do this stuff.
I just live here.
You're
pay
funny.
Bills.
You are silly. But yeah, filtration system. My grandmama had one.
Oh really?
Yes. With the something like that, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Her water, shower water, and you be trying to get soap off you for days. That water was so clean and pure. It's just like, the soap is it just keeps sudsing up. It's so
now,
good.
is that a hand clap or a
hand clap? Because we bought a house.
Okay, thank you, Miss Purnell. Thank you. Yes.
Sorry, I'm hyped. I'm really hyped.
She is. I am too. Needless to say,
you'll never know with him.
Yeah, with me, I'm hyped. I was hyped for the moment, and then it's like, okay, what's the next goal?
All I know is they called me and said, you guys are clear to close. And I called him. He was like, that's what's up.
Thank you. They said congratulations.
Thank you. I didn't even see it. Sorry. It was just. Yeah.
She's still geek. I'm ready for 2022. But let's get past this water. Water
Where
shortage.
you from?
I am from Sussex County, Sussex County, Delaware. Water. So we had the 2020 Olympics in 2021. Why are you laughing?
Because for a minute it threw me off. Kept seeing like 2020 Olympics, and I was like, because you know me, I lost the whole year with COVID.
Yeah.
I was. Remember we argued about the basketball?
Yeah. So when everything got shut down. And it came back. She was. What was it that you said?
I was like, why are they only playing? How did they get to choose which NBA teams was going to be in the playoffs? Yeah. I was like, this is not fair.
And I was like, babe, they cut the season.
I was like, but they didn't even get to play.
Some teams that was eliminated. Some people else had to explain it to her. Yeah,
it just was not working. Like, I missed a whole year of life.
So because of the pandemic, of course, 2020 Olympics was moved to 2021.
Mm-hmm.
And that shed a lot of light on a lot of things, especially with Simone Biles
Mm-hmm.
going through what she was going through. And with her being such a decorated athlete and all eyes on her,
Right.
literally like all the world was watching. And it gave a spotlight on to mental health.
Right.
And I really commend her for taking that stand. It's such a huge stage because we all know Olympics come around once every 4 years.
Right.
And with someone in gymnastics, I mean, their run isn't that long when it comes to the Olympics. So, I mean, for her to understand that, like, I remember her I seen a clip of her warming up and, like, she was in the air twirling and then came down awkwardly. And it's like, yo, she's doing all these twirls and whatnot. Like, yo, if she's not in the right mindset, she could
really hurt herself.
Really hurt herself.
Bad.
But
I keep picking up this empty water bottle.
I told you.
I'm thirsty. I just want water.
But
Thanks.
she said they were not the same. They were not the same. It did not. It was no audience.
Lackluster.
Very much so.
And being an athlete, when you're performing and you're so used to like a crowd and stuff being there, you feed off the energy of the crowd.
Definitely.
When you're out there, I can only imagine them out there performing and having no crowd, and it's just like, what am I doing this for? Like, how I have to mentally push past the silence to try to do the best that I can. Like, as an athlete, you feed off of the crowd so much.
And like, I'm sorry, go ahead.
You good.
And with the basketball teams, like you had the women's team cheering in the crowd for the men's team and vice versa. So that was like their crowd, and they were in a bubble.
Right.
And Bradley Bill couldn't go to the Olympics because he had tested positive for COVID and he was not getting vaccinated. My baby don't know who Bradley Bill. Bradley Bill plays for the Washington Wizards. He was on the USA basketball team, and he didn't go.
Okay.
He was one of the main ones, and there was a scare. Said on a positive note, her stance triggered a much needed stance among athletes. Yes, that definitely was beautiful.
Yeah, because Frank said something too.
Said being Black in America equals PTSD. Yes, PTSD. Big ups to Simone Biles and Naomi Osaka. Definitely. For them to be of color and to speak out on mental health, you're definitely right about that. Being Black in America,
especially for athletes, people think athletes are like they said when everything was going on with Colin Kaepernick and LeBron and them. Were standing up and they said just shut up and play. Like, people think just because you're an athlete, you're not allowed to have a bad game, or you're not allowed to have a bad moment, not allowed to be like mentally not there. And that's just not the case. You're a human, regardless of your celebrity status, athletic status, or whatever. You are still a human. Your mind and your body still works as a human being. You're not a machine.
Right, exactly.
And fans, unfortunately, do not afford you the right to. I mean, I don't even know the word. I can't think, but they don't allow you to say, I can't do this today.
Right.
I'm gonna take this day off. They don't.
I mean, because athletes, you're taught to push past your limits.
Yeah.
So, I mean, when you're at the professional level and you get paid, quote unquote, millions of dollars, endorsements and things like that, it's like you are sort of like a machine almost.
Yeah.
And I mean, like, even when Jordan had the flu game back in the day, it was like, yeah, he was incredible. Like, bro was struggling. He was leaning on Scotty and everything.
Right.
So, like, it's like Mr. Frazier says, you are not allowed to be human when you are in that spotlight, especially when you're a professional athlete and repping your country. It's like,
it's crazy.
It's very crazy. But 2020 Olympics and 2021, I guess they won't push back to 2025 or 2020.
It's too much riding on that. They're gonna keep it the same.
Yeah, it's a money thing. So
yep.
So switch a little bit. We are almost done here. Us as music lovers, what was your favorite albums of 2021?
Albums now.
Or you
Okay.
can go.
Well,
Well, I know one for sure.
Jasmine Sullivan.
Yeah, Hotels.
Hotels. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that was good. That was
Yeah.
good. I listen to it on repeat when my kids aren't around because
No,
you just don't get
when
the.
your kids are around too, because you got my daughter singing.
But that be on the radio.
It
Oh,
does,
Neil be
yeah,
singing.
yeah. I gotta take him to the side. Let's take a ride with some nods, some
If you
some
sing
King's
and pick up your
disease.
feelings.
Yeah.
But that's an album that, like, as a woman, they express so much of what women go through and throughout life, different stages of life. It's such a true album. So it's definitely one of my favorites of all time.
She can sing. She can definitely sing.
But even just the storytelling in the album is dope. Because she has like little inserts of women telling their stories on what happened. Of course, they don't say like names or anything, but just telling different stories of what they went through with in a certain situation, and then the song goes to it. So it's dope how the album was set up.
Any other album?
Probably a lot. I like music.
That came out this year.
I don't know.
Some rhythm and blues. It ain't too much good rhythm and blues.
I know. Look, you should have gave me a list.
I mean, you got the Spotify.
I mean, but it just be, I don't know. You go and I'll think of some more.
Okay, so if y'all know me, I am hip hop head through and through. So I would say Miss White is right on it.
What?
She says Wale and J. Cole. I have not heard Wale's new album all the way through and through yet to critique it. I do like the single that he got with J. Cole. Mike said Moneybag Yo. I'm not a Moneybag Yo fan. Not no disrespectful, nice.
I don't know them people.
I know you don't. She's not a hip hop head person.
I don't know them people.
So
I didn't know Yebba had an album out. I'm sorry.
Who had an album out?
Yebba. I didn't
know
that.
Yebba?
The one that does Breathe in My Soul.
Oh, okay. I was about to sing. No, you
don't do that. Baby.
But King's Disease 2.
Who?
By Nas. King's Disease 2.
Oh, okay.
And he just dropped another one called Magic that I've been knocking as well.
I heard none of those.
West Side Gun. Eshawn Burgundy. For anyone
keep thinking of Ron Burgundy when you say that.
Anyone
Evening with Silk Sonic. Well, it's called
yes.
Evening with Silk. Yeah, an Evening with Silk Sonic.
That's the one. Dope. Silk Sonic, bro.
Yeah.
Their whole vibe, man.
Yeah.
Listen, Anderson .Paak, Bruno Mars. I'm an Anderson .Paak fan myself.
I ain't know nothing about Anderson .Paak.
Yeah, he like his voice, where he
it's dope. I like it a lot.
Got Bruno Mars and Bruno,
buddy.
Listen,
hey,
how you doing? Pastor Mike Jr.'s album. I don't know. I'm sorry.
Can I some of your candy?
Yes, you can. So, Pastor Mike, you're gonna have to put me on the game, mother. Said, welcome to the 70s. Yes, Bruno Mars and Anderson .Paak does definitely give that 70s feel.
Yes.
Which it would make
that's up my alley.
70s bag, like some Earth, Wind, and Fire. Some
he just now getting on that. I've been on that.
Stop.
That's been my lane.
When we have music nights and stuff, I throw
you
on
listen to Nina Simone?
Nah,
exactly.
I ain't even go. But okay. But some Earth, Wind, and Fire. I'm mostly like an 80s music person, but Earth, Wind, and Fire is definitely classics, definitely. But if you're into faith-based hip hop, Eshawn Burgundy, he had my Uncle John, Yochanan Ben Yah, released some singles.
Nehemiah said, Alexa, play Yochanan. What did he call it? Oh my God. What's the one song that Neil always used to listen to before football by Uncle John? Joy Count.
Yes, Joy Count.
He was like, Alexa, play Joy Count. He was like, Oh, she doesn't have it. He got
So
so
listen,
mad.
listen. Shout out to Yokanan, Yo Binya. You need to put that on some playlist or something. However you do what you do, because my
Yes.
son wants to hear that. But who else? I said Eshawn Burgundy.
These people.
Him and his wife came out with a album as well.
Toby
Toby and Wigway. Yes.
Wigway.
Monumental tour. He's been huge
Yeah.
this
That's
year.
another one of Neo's boys.
Yeah. Shout out to Toby. He has some bars.
Yes.
That might go over your head, it might not. Definitely listen to the bars.
Definitely worth a listen.
But we could go for on and on about the music. But
yes.
What were your favorite moments of 2021?
I launched a business.
Ooh.
We bought a house.
Yes.
I still have my job.
Okay.
A lot of people lost their jobs this year, so I'm thankful.
That's a fact.
I'm thankful. On a more serious note, my favorite moment is I found therapy. Saved my life. I really feel like it saved my life.
That's true.
And I'm not going to say like no type suicidal type thing or anything, but just it's mentally saved my life. So that was a dope moment for me, and I would advocate for anybody if you are going through anything, struggling, any type of anything in life, seek therapy. It's very helpful. Seek therapy.
It wasn't with me. Just again,
what?
We good.
You funny.
She said verses were fun. Definitely, verses was huge. And what's crazy is that Timbaland and Swiss, the creators of Versus, has boosted Triller's stock to now their valuation is like at $5 billion.
Wow.
And one of the reasons is because of Versus. So shout out to Versus. Definitely want to see as we come to an end of 2021. Jay-Z said nobody can touch him on the Versus. What you think?
Yeah.
Yeah, she said, yeah.
Because I don't know what's going on. My nose is running again.
Yo, that's if it's a live crowd, nobody's touching Busta Rhymes at all.
See, they done changed up the rules of the verses. I haven't watched them in so long. I think one of the last ones was just like a whole bunch of tech issues.
Which one? Oh, you
know.
You talking about the old heads?
Well, no, because I seen Brandy and Monica, and I was just like, Brandy's one of my favorite singers. Yeah. But I was just like, what is the concept of this again?
It's really supposed to be a celebration of artists. And they pick 20 songs that they have.
Gotcha.
And see how strong their catalog is.
And see, the most recent one that I seen was Bone Thugs and Harmony and
3 6 Mafia.
And that was like a whole concert. Like, why are all these people here?
Because now that we're open.
Yeah, I get that. But see, me personally, I just feel like it takes away from what was happening. Like, nobody. Yeah.
But see, now it's gotten to the point to where it's helping a lot of artists that have old catalog come back. They get a check and it relives. You know what I mean?
For somebody getting a check.
Yeah. So it introduces the new generation to the older generation, in my opinion.
Okay.
So when they had the Locks versus Dipset,
I missed that.
Oh,
I did. I missed all that.
Shout out to Jadakiss, bro. Jadakiss is the king of verses right now. He shut down Fab and then came back and shut down Dipset by itself. So, but if it's a live crowd though, like it has been, Busta Rhymes is performer from the leaders of the new school all the way up until now.
Yeah.
I don't think nobody's touching him. When we just talking about song for song, like Jay's that I don't know. Jay-Z got a lot of he's got a cult following as well. So I mean we just can't it's a dip food Lord. So my favorite moments of 2021 is the fact that
we bought a house.
Definitely. That's a huge moment. It came at the tail end, but
it's here. We get that tax credit. I hope. I hope. Please, because we broke.
Oh man. I got my real estate license.
Woo!
So I am an investor as well as a realtor.
Jeez,
So needless
he
to
found our
say,
house. He don't want to take credit, but he found our house.
I
Quick.
did.
I'm so proud.
I did. So shout out to me for finding the house
Shout out to you for finding the house.
and doing all those things.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for the congratulations. Appreciate it. All the little emojis. Thank you.
You click and see.
I did.
I didn't see. I'm sorry. Sorry.
So if you're looking for a home,
This guy.
you got to give me a week. You can't. Like from right now until like a week, so I can get over COVID. I can't show you anything. But if you're looking for a home, or you're looking to sell your home, definitely reach out. Hit us up via DM. I am working hard to make sure that I am a person of value.
Yes.
So I can help any first-time home buyer, second-time home buyer. If you're selling your house,
fifth, anybody buyer.
Give you all the information that you need. I would consider myself a valuable asset, and I think that my business partners would say the same as well.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
And we launched a seat at the dinner table.
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry.
So I've been big on investing, and one of these scriptures, Bible believer, in Ecclesiastes.
You just pointing yourself?
11. I did. Ecclesiastes 11:2 or 3, where Solomon wrote that it's good to have 7 streams of income or 8.
Yeah.
Broke that down to my family. So one of the streams of income that I would like to have is royalties when it comes to entertaining people and educating. And this is one of those things. And my daughter as well has launched her YouTube channel. She is working on that stream of income. So needless to say, 2021 has been an educating year, to say the least, as far as my family is concerned, with building generational wealth.
Yes.
And this is a start. And we got other ventures in the works. But 2021 has been enlightening, to say the least.
Yes.
Has brought us closer together.
Yes.
We went through some rough times.
Yes.
Definitely some rough times. So, we're ending off the year on COVID.
Can't get no rougher than that.
But we definitely send all our prayers out to anyone that's going through anything, especially anyone who is fighting COVID during this time or has fought COVID. We definitely send our prayers, thoughts, and well wishes to each and every person.
Yes.
So on that note,
you got a word?
What to look forward to in 2022. So what are you looking forward to in 2022 besides decorating the house?
I'm looking forward to continuing to grow mentally and spiritually. And I say that because, like I said, I had therapy this year and I learned a lot about myself. I learned a lot on how to process things that I go through. And I look forward to continuing to grow and build off of that. I look forward to getting some more products and growing Simply Shondell more.
It's health.
Health. It's all this right here. It's not cute. I look forward to, just watching our family just flourish. We've been through a lot. We've been through a lot these past years, and I feel like it's our time now. We didn't put in, like, I find it. Remember that meme? They say the Most High doesn't put on. It gives us. What was it? The Most High gives his toughest something to his strongest soldiers.
Or toughest battles to his strongest.
I don't want to be tough. I should have proven it already. Like, I can be tough. I don't want to be tough no more for a little bit. Like, I just want to relax a little bit.
I laugh because I'm thinking of the Cat Williams special. It says, "Dear Jesus, if you could take this bolt off back,
That's how I feel. Like
You
I
said my
don't want
cup
to carry
runneth
this no
over.
more. I
I
didn't
don't
even
even want
ask
to. Yeah, I
for
didn't ask for the cup. You can take the whole cup back, the pitcher.
I don't take it back. Take it back because I'm tired. I'm tired. Like I thought I proved that I was strong and I was
No,
worthy. Like I'm here, but no, I just need a couple months of just smooth sailing on the up and up.
Up and up.
On the up and up. What are you looking forward to 2022? They say 2022 is 2020 also.
Oh,
We don't need that.
Nah, we don't.
Mm-mm.
So I'm looking forward to growing mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally.
You want to physically grow? Like
Yeah, like health wise, like I wanna. I'm trying to.
You want to get taller?
No, I'm not gonna get taller. I want to definitely work on my health. I know that I've taken some good steps in the past couple years, so I want to keep elevating with that.
Okay.
And that would probably mean
Range therapy. Yes.
Range therapy. Yeah, we
Yes.
definitely need to get up with you with that, with the range therapy. Yes. Now we here, so we can go ahead and.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you.
No, you're fine. My wife is ready to shoot guns.
Yes, and get more.
Hey, shut up.
I'm just saying.
Shh. Keep going about
I
this.
need
So
you got my nerves.
But I'm looking to grow my business.
Mm-hmm.
Looking to help my wife grow her business.
Mm-hmm.
Just looking for progression in 2022.
What are you looking around
I don't
for?
know. I don't know. I'm looking around for ideas. I don't know. But definitely ready for some business ventures that I got in the background. I'm gonna keep on hush.
Yeah.
And always
Good
keep,
idea. Good idea.
moving silence.
Yep. Real G's moving silence like lasagna.
Ooh, bars. I hear you.
Oh gosh.
But just looking to grow and keep elevating.
Mm-hmm.
And definitely imparting more and more wisdom to my kids.
Mm-hmm.
My oldest is in high school. Y'all pray for me. Oh my God. And I got my 10-year-old and my 5-year-old, and all of them are extremely smart, and I just need to let them use it a little bit more, or help them use it a little bit more, or
help me, because they got some smart mouths.
We already know.
Let me just tell y'all, that darn Nehemiah asked me for help on his TV yesterday. He couldn't figure out how to turn his TV. So when I go in the room, mind you, I'm tired. I had to go up all these flights of steps. The baby says, my TV won't work. So I sit down. I tell him where to point the remote at to turn his channel. And I start turning the channel. He was like, I could have did that myself. I said, well, why the hell didn't you? And I had to catch myself because I'm like, this 5-year-old just got smart with me after he asked me for help. And this is a constant thing on a regular basis. I know.
How does Miss Purnell said, but where did the smart mouth come from?
His daddy. I couldn't even say that with a straight face.
If y'all know me, y'all know that it's in my family. Don't get me wrong. So the trait will run deep within them. It's just that their mother is is more
quick-witted, and they are the same. Good grief, it's like watching myself in boy and girl form, and I'd be like, what the mom, I'm sorry, mommy. That's all I can say. He's man.
Hey, I have more than one side of the family, mother. But let's not go there. We know that grandmother Shirley. Oh my gosh, I love my grandmother. Rest in peace to my grandmother. She had a mouth. So
Man.
it's going to be in them regardless.
Yeah.
It is definitely going to be in
Yeah.
them. She said, "I'm just saying it came from one of y'all. Yeah, it's
No,
in
she
the DNA.
She came up with one of us.
Who?
Victoria.
Oh,
So
I
she
came
ended
up with one. Yeah. So
Yeah.
you already know.
Yeah. It's terrible. It's terrible.
It's you know what? I'm gonna just leave that alone. So it says swift mouth. That's what you want to call it. So we want to thank each and every one of you guys for tuning in tonight.
Thank you.
We definitely are being consistent because we definitely could just be laying down somewhere right now. As you can see, my wife is going through it, and I'm going through it as well with my Gatorade and my lack of hydration. But I definitely want to keep things going, stay consistent. Consistency is a motto going into 2022 for us, right?
Yep.
And that goes with a lot of things. So yeah, so tune in a couple weeks. He said it's called Payback.
I know.
So again, shop at www.simplyshondell.com for
give me till next year because stuff is old. I mean, I'm just being honest. I ain't got to.
There are still things. There are still beautiful.
It's packed up.
Beautiful. She talks too much, man. She's saying don't order anything right now. Like, what? You have a business, man.
I know.
You got to keep things going. Consistency.
I know.
All you got to do is just pack it up.
It ain't that easy.
We can. Okay.
Some of the stuff I got to make.
So
why are you laughing?
Because you are funny.
I'm tired.
We thank each and every one of you guys.
And
Happy New Year. Yes, Happy New Year. Miss White and the whole seat at the dinner table family. We thank you guys.
Appreciate y'all.
We definitely will join you guys in January. Hopefully we may have some new ideas coming up as far as content. Why are you looking like that? I guess I ain't talk to her. It's all in the head, but we will talk.
Listen, I just show up. I show up and talk. I don't.
She's the talent. And I'm the EP and the director, I'm the editor,
I
the
show up to get my check and I go home. I'm just here so I don't get fired.
Yo, so we thank you guys. And
stay safe during the new year.
Definitely.
If you step outside, hold your breath because COVID is rampant everywhere.
Yeah.
So hold your breath till you get back home.
Wear a mask.
Nope, just hold your breath because if you breathe, you're gonna get it. It's out everywhere.
It's in the oxygen.
It's in the water. That's why they held it away from us.
Yo, all right, man.
Oh man.
So until then, Happy New Year to each and every one of you.
Happy New Year. Be safe.
And
we out. No?
Yeah, we out.
Okay.
Good night, everyone.
Signing off.